As you probably know, I'm going to the Ashes this year in Australia. I'm filming this before I go, so a week and a bit before the cricket actually starts. I was doing some analysis and thought I may as well share my views of what's going to happen. I'm not a professional analyst, professional cricketer or anything, so what do I know? But so where's the Ashes being played? Perth, which will start at 2:20 AM in the UK. Brisbane, which is a day-night test, which will start at 4 AM in the UK. Adelaide, which will start at midnight in the UK. Melbourne, the Boxing Day test will start at 11:30 on Christmas evening, and Sydney will start at 11:30 too. I looked at when we last won Down Under, and now it's 1986 to 1987 series. So it'd be great if I was there and we won it. But do I think that will happen? Please keep watching. In the last Ashes we drew it, which means Australia retained the Ashes because they won it Down Under last time. But that means if we draw, they retain the Ashes again. So to get our hands on the Ashes, we actually need to win it, which might be harder said than done. So England are taking Stokes, Brooke, Archer, Atkinson, Bashir, Bethel, Cast, Crawley, Duckett, Jack, Pope, Potts, Root, Davy Smith, Tongue and Wood. The thing that worries me is Stokes, Archer, Wood could get injured and we really need them to get our wickets. It depends how much Stokes bowls in South, so that's the one thing that worries me. But one thing that we haven't seen is baseball Down Under. So will that have an effect on can we actually win the Ashes? It's going to be hard. So Australia have deep pace attack and obviously they know their conditions quite well. And many of their players have a lot of test matches under their belt. But there's some uncertainty around their top order batting and how fresh they are going into this test, because the people like Stoke haven't played since we played, was it India in the summer? I think it was India in the summer. Or certainly haven't played since our summer ended. So that might be good. Our strength is we have belief in attacking mindset. We will always try and go for the win, which will be exciting. We have some young batters and some batters who can get injured, but it looks like they're hitting their form. Our weaknesses is injury concerns and selection consistency, which I talked about. Historically poor in Australia, touring conditions are tough. But there's one bonus. We have Joe Root, who has the second all-time runs scored ever. And he looked in good form in the summer, I thought, so let's hope he can do something. But there's a difference in this, or an unknown in this Ashes tour, because Brisbane has a day-night test. Adelaide will hold the third test as a day game, and Brisbane I think has a lot of bounce. I heard, I may be wrong, but with the pink ball rather than the red ball, Archer and Stokes could come into effect. This made me laugh. Australian Test hopeful Jake Weatherald, sorry if I got that wrong, I'm bad with names, says the being sledged by England fans in the Barmy Army would be one of his greatest moments of his life. That's interesting, isn't it? If the Barmy Army have read that like I have, I go with the Barmy Army, so he might get some stick for that. Also, a newspaper, the West Australian newspaper called Stokes a cocky captain complainer when he arrived in Perth. Hopefully that means Stokes has got a point to prove, which I think he has anyway, with England not winning the Ashes down under for years. So, and he thrives under pressure. So it's going to be quite interesting how he reacts to that. Another point before I start saying my predictions is Robinson hasn't played since in a test match since February 2024, and he's left out of the Ashes squad, but in Australia for his stint of bowling, he's been bowling at Steve Smith, I think, in Sydney University Cricket Club. So if we do get injuries, will he be allowed to sub in? Possibly, but I just thought that was interesting. So, Perth, they're going to be without their captain Cummins, but Steve Smith is a strong captain, and they're unsure about their batting lineup, or so they make out. So I think Perth will be tight. And England, if we stand any chance of winning, we need to win that first test match for me to have a point to prove. Otherwise, we go to Brisbane with the pink ball and that uncertainty, and we could be 2-0 down and it's all over. So I think, I don't know why, I think we win in Perth. I think they then win the day-night test match, and they win Adelaide for some reason. And now we're 2-1 down going into the Melbourne Boxing Day test match, which is a flat pitch, but variable bounce later. So if our spinners are in a draw, Australia might just sneak it. So then it's 3-1 going into the last match, but Sydney is notorious for rain. So I think that's going to be a draw. So I think the Ashes, unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong, will end 3-1 Australia. But win that first test match, anything can happen. So who else is looking forward to the Ashes? I hope you enjoy the Ashes down under, and come on England.